Southwest Florida, Lee County, and the world. Welcome back to Lee Pitts Live here at the Edison Mall in Fort Myers. We're at the Black Expo, covering it from end to end on this April 9th, 10th, and 11th. It has been a huge success with over 100 vendors out here marketing their goods and services to a different crowd, a different audience. And Lee Pitts Live is thrilled to be the media sponsor of this event. It has been going on for one day now. This is the second day. Last night we culminated with a reception, the Black Expo reception that I had the pleasure of hosting. It was sold out with about 200 people here, all dressed in white. It's a scene that will live forever in the annals of history. We have vendors all around the mall. We got two of the vendors right here as the vendors are stopping in, getting their opportunity to get some exposure on television. So let's get right to it. Ladies, welcome to Lee Pitts Live.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good to be here.
It's good to get both of you here, and it's also good to get the sisters here with natural hairdos.
Amen.
Shout out to No Weave.
All right.
No Weave. Don't get mad at me. Don't get mad at me. I love those natural hairdos. y'all get compliments on your hair all the time?
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
People get mad when you say something negative about weed. Or
Yeah, they do.
But that's y'all natural hair. It's healthy, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Don't be so serious. We can lighten up.
Yep.
All right, let's go. Let's talk hair for a minute.
Okay.
What's it like to have a natural, healthy hair, feeling good about your own hair?
I love it. I could just water and some grease and go. I ain't had to do nothing to it. I love it.
You said it. The most I'll do if I want a different textured look is I'll twist them at night and just take them out the next day and just run my fingers through it. It's an easy way to just fluff and go.
Yeah.
Right, and you guys not even here to promote hair, and you're getting natural hair club.
That's right.
And you guys actually, too, get a lot of compliments just moving around. When you first went natural, I don't know if you ever used to have, I know you weren't natural all the time. When you first went natural, were you surprised when people started giving you all the compliments, or you knew they were going to come? Tell me about that.
Yes, I was surprised. Actually, I was in a store, and the man just out of the blue said, "Ooh, I love your natural hair." And I just had a little flower in the side, and I was like, "Oh, thank you." And that was my first compliment. I said, okay, I'm doing this. I'm doing the right thing. And I was transitioning at the time.
And when y'all see each other, I notice, like, my wife's natural. You see my wife. My wife is natural. So I notice every time she sees somebody who's natural, she's like, "Oh, that looks good. That looks good." And I see all of y'all like a little tribe. Y'all be looking and complimenting each other.
Oh,
y'all
yes.
like we in this little group together.
Oh, yes. We
It's
get
supposed to be
ideas.
Everybody's
Yes, the ideas.
Talk about that whole group. Everybody, y'all feel a kinship.
It is. It connects you, and plus you see different styles that you can even copy and wear somewhere else, different functions, whether it's braids adorned with beads or hair decorations, or just letting it go out natural. Right. It's a good group to be in.
See, I light this up. And every time I think I've had you on the show, I end up going to your hair, don't I?
You do.
It's just a natural, boom. And I know my audience, my TV audience, especially the female, they love it when I do that. Y'all don't know that. They all they'll hit me up on Facebook or whatever. Thanks for shouting out the hair.
That natural hair.
My wife is also, like, on social media. She's in these natural hair groups. Like, you can join these groups of ladies.
Yes.
She look at all these different styles all the time. She be in the bed.
Yeah, and it tells you the texture of your hair. If you're A, B, C, or D, because
Really?
it depends on how your hair curls. You're an A if it's more straighter, and I'm a D. I'm definitely kinky. My hair will kink up, and I love every kink that gets in there because it gives it good texture.
Right. I'm a
Now,
4C.
you're younger than her. Is your generation embracing the natural look as well, or it's still coming?
More the older ones.
Right.
My younger ones still love the weave, but my mom, my aunt, we all have natural hair. My
Really?
grandmother, my aunt that's in Belgrade, we all have the natural look.
Gotcha. Okay, so now let's get to what brings you here today, because I got a chance to do my favorite part. It's talking hair. And I don't even have any. You're both vendors here, and first, before we get into what you're here about, let's talk about the whole experience, the thought process, the fact that you're moving around here seeing all these black vendors here at a black expo.
Yes.
And all of y'all are exchanging cards and meeting people you never met. Talk about that, what you've experienced so far today here at the Black Expo.
Well, like I told D. Marshawn, it was just wonderful her bringing this to our city. You hear about it in the other big cities, the expos that they have. And when I first seen it, I was on your site, and I first seen it, I knew it's something that I wanted my newer business.
Live Facebook page. Everybody's seeing it, folk. Everybody coming up here saying they get connected through Lee Pitt Live.
That's
Go
right.
ahead.
And when I seen it, I knew I wanted my business all glammed up to be a part of that. That's good exposure. It's just good for our city, good for our community. People can see what we have to offer and what we do within our own little area. And to be at the Edison Mall, that was big. I was here last night, and just to see her create a whole space for us, it just gives you chills. It was wonderful to see her in her element, hair, and how she bridged the gap and brought all of us in. Yes.
You were at the all-white affair last night. I'm sure you saw me, but I was so busy, right? And whether there's something spectacular to witness?
It was something. I have never went live on Facebook before. I did last night to show people we got some people doing some things out here.
It was
some connections.
I saw you last night.
I was working,
but you would have loved it. You would have loved
Yes.
it. You could have worn right there what you got on.
Yes.
Couldn't you?
Yes.
Everybody was just
blended. So wonderful.
White, some was just half white, but
Right.
mostly all white.
All
outfit.
white.
I still got my shoes left over from last night. And this is the jacket I had on last
Yep.
night. But I changed pants and I changed shirts.
Yep.
I did take a shower too. Yeah. Okay, now, taking it all in, your perspective of, I know you were here yesterday, you're here today, the big picture of what we're experiencing here.
Well, first of all, I'd like to say it gave me a connection back to home. I'm originally from Brooklyn, New York, and in 1989, in the heart of Brooklyn, we held the first Black Expo. So it was something that took place every year.
I've noticed people
Wow.
from other places said they see this, they've seen this before.
Yes.
And to just walk around to see the number of vendors here, but to learn about the different businesses that I was unaware of, it gave me a chance to find out more. How can I engage? How can we work together? Is there some type of collaboration that can be done? Today I'm here representing the Lee County Democratic Black Caucus, registering people to vote and also to help grow our membership. But it's more than that.
Yes.
I would like to see this return each year.
Yes.
I can't say if always in this venue, but what I like about this venue is the numbers of people who are coming to shop and getting a chance to talk to people, meeting people for the first time, and registering people. We have registered a few people already, but we've done a lot on our membership. But it's important to now, as I was walking through the mall right now, to meet other vendors and stop and talk.
Yep.
Let's talk business. How can we work together?
That's
Yes.
great. You mentioned the Black Caucus, the Democratic Black Caucus. Just by me being here today and yesterday, I got a chance to connect with a lot of people in the Democratic Club, in the caucus, in the Lee County Democratic Club. So it was like easy way for people to reach me because, you know, let's just face it, you can't reach me.
Yes.
Those days are gone where you could just like
Call.
reach me. It used to be you could just walk up and catch me. Those days are gone, people.
Busy.
To be quite frank with y'all and put it talk on camera behind the scenes, I literally be dodging people.
Don't dodge me, Lee.
I know. I mean, if I just stand up, it comes down.
Yeah.
And then people think that people like, I might be talking to one person, and then the next second boom to another person. They standing there, and then they think I'm rude, and I don't, you know, it's like just hide.
Too much coming at you at one
Here,
time.
when I'm on the set, I'm hiding. They just look and take their picture. They can't get to me. All right, so I got my friends here now. Me and you connected on social media about. Tell us about bridging the gap in our community?
Okay, bridging the gap in our community. So it came to me just watching a program and then what's going on in our world today. As our youth or as our adults have more interaction with our police officers, some things could turn deadly. So I wanted to bring something to our youth who are basically at the age to drive, where they can know their rights, know what they need to do when they're stopped by an officer, and know how to come out of that interaction safely.
Wonderful.
So that's because I got a 19-year-old son, and I'm almost terrified for him to drive at night.
Really?
Wow. For that same reason. He has the natural hair, a typical teen. Yeah. So they get stereotyped.
Some of them,
Yep, his hair is very kinky.
They have his pants pulled down in the back, or at least you tell him to pull his
I
pants
tell him
up.
to pull those pants
Y'all
up.
stop
He
walking around
better.
y'all drawers short.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
Come on.
I'm
Come
telling
on,
you.
man. Come on.
I'm an advocate for that.
Me
yes.
too.
Come on. I'm not trying to be
let
no
it
old
go.
fart. Parent, tell them kids to pull them pants up in the back.
I'm telling you.
Come on now. All right, go ahead.
So I reached out to our councilman of Ward 2, Mr. Johnny Streets, retired police officer. And as soon as I
Great
sent him
man.
that email, he responded right back. He was glad to be a part of it, get all the information together, send it to him. So I did my homework on it. I got statistics about it. I went and talked to the Stars Complex. That will be our venue.
Amber over there, good to
Amber,
work with.
yep. And I spoke with the youth director there, Mrs. Bellamy, and me and her connected together. Me and Chantel Rhodes, who was at the Q. So, and I reached out a lot of our community leaders, Crystal Johnson, so we can collaborate together because this is for our youth.
Okay, so you have an event coming up and you want people to come out. It's absolutely free.
Yep, absolutely
Let's go with
free.
The what, when, and the where, my friend.
Okay, so it'll be held on April the 29th. That's a Thursday at 6 p.m. at our local Stars Complex. So Dr. Ann Knight Stars Complex building. On Edison Avenue. Again, this will be informative education forum. So we have Mr. Johnny Streets that'll be there. And I also got a reply from the Fort Myers Police Department. They will send their representatives there as well. So we'll be able to ask questions. We'll be able to get a lot of information how we can save our babies.
What do you hope that when people come, you're inviting the youth to come and the adults?
And the parents,
what
yes.
What do you hope that when they leave, they will have learned?
I would hope that they know a little bit more what we have a right to do when we have any kind of interaction with the police officer. I hope when we leave that we can have more respect for each other because the police have to do their job as well. So if our community respect each other, what really makes our community great. They have to know that we're not a threat and we have to know they're not a threat to us as well.
Do you have a phone number, anything people should call for more information, or if they want, if you don't, that's fine?
Yes, if you want more information, you feel free to call my personal cell. I'm the one heading it up, so it's 239-258-7220. I also put the flyer on Facebook. Also, the flyer will be at the Stars Complex and the Quality Life Center. And I also reached out to our local high schools as well, Mr. Burnside.
Okay. When you say the flyer is on Facebook, what name is it on Facebook?
It's up under Shenika Wells.
Okay, Shenika Wells.
Shenika Wells.
Spell that.
Shenika, last name Wells.
And see, she says she's heading it up. I like it when people come up here heading it up. Let me give you some quick advice if you get pulled over by the police.
That's right.
Cooperate.
I love my son.
I know there's a lot of the stuff that you're going to be learning at the seminar, but cooperate.
Yes.
Start off with cooperation and go from there.
That is right.
We got another person over here who's heading up stuff. These sisters, these girls with these natural hair, they be heading up stuff.
Oh, that's right.
What you heading up?
Great. Well, thank you, Lee. I'm president of the Lee County Democratic Black Caucus. I am here to say your voting rights are your fundamental rights. Please Black voters matter.
Woo.
It's your power and it's your voice.
Yes.
Now, the Lee County Democratic Black Caucus has been around in this neighborhood for well over 10 years. We have our website if you need to peruse it and join our membership. It is
How much does it cost to join?
Well, if you're a regular caucus member, it's $45. If you're a senior and a student, a matriculated student, it's $25.
Okay, and how can I join? Where do I go to join?
To join, you
I can hand you the
access
money today if I want to, too. I got a lot of paperwork to do.
You could do that, yes, and we have our application there
Okay,
as well.
All right.
All right.
And it's at leeblackdems.org is our website. If you wanted to ask us more questions, you can contact us at leeblackdems@gmail.com, and we will respond to any inquiries. We meet the third Tuesday of every month from 6:30 to about 7:30, 8 o'clock. It is via Zoom in staying with the COVID safe practices. But once we can get beyond this pandemic, we will give our new location.
And people get your shots. I'm not, I know some people are not getting their shots.
Yes.
I'm just encouraging you from me to get your shots. Okay.
Yes.
Go ahead. Now I kept cutting you off because I was getting excited as you was naming stuff. Now let's go back to the power of the vote. We saw that in full bloom.
Ooh, yes.
I think people woke up
2020.
when we saw what they did in Georgia, and we saw what happened in the last election. I'd like to talk to you later on. The what she is talking about by voting, getting the right people in office, all that is influencing on how we get proper services in our community.
That is right.
And I want to say on top of that is it's not just getting the right people in office as well, but participating in each and every election. Trust me, the general election where people vote their president in is great. And we were ecstatic when Barack Obama got in there.
Yes.
But the midterm election, which is always 2 years after the general, is your most important because it is local people. It is your mosquito controller. It is your city council people, your agricultural commissioner. This type of election, the midterms, is the most important on your life. And what I will say is that life is the sum of all choices. Make yours right.
Okay.
There you go.
Yes.
Now, when you hear her talk about voting, your generation, I don't want to put you on the spot.
Nope.
Have you been voting? Are you registered? If
yes,
not,
sir.
you need to get involved.
That's yes, sir, yes, sir.
You are already an activist. Y'all gonna leave here, buddy.
Yes.
Talk to me, and you gonna get some that help her get that young. Let's go.
Yes.
Get our-
Talk
We
about
need
these-
young people.
We're going to natural hair get together.
Yes, it is definitely important for people in my generation to get out and vote. I am a registered voter, and I also got my whole household, my son, my daughter, they are registered voters as well, 19 and 26. And I took my son to the poll with me to vote, his first time voting this
Talk
year
to me.
in this election. So
Carolyn,
it is
this
very
cool or what?
important.
This is so cool. You just brought back a memory for me because my mom and dad were very political, and every year that they had to vote, they allowed us in the voting booth with them so we could pull, date myself. You used to have to pull this lever that pulls the curtains, then you select them and pull the lever again. So it was something for me and my brothers to participate in.
Yeah, it
So
was wonderful.
That was a great step.
It was. You know what I did for my family? I told them to post their I vote sticker, and I raffled and gave money to everybody. I put every name in a box, and I raffled. And if you voted, you won that money.
Wow.
Yep.
Cool.
Can we get this partnership on TV? You gonna work with her, help her with the Black Caucus? How old do you have to be to join the Democratic Black Caucus? Young people can join.
Young people
Young
can
people.
join.
We need them.
Students
We do
are-
need young people. Our voices,
Because-
matching with yours.
17 years old can register to vote, especially, and they can actually vote that year if their 18th birthday comes in before the election.
Can you give her 5 minutes at your program to just make a presentation?
You sure can. Be more than welcome to come out. Again, it's Thursday, April the 29th.
Okay.
At 6 p.m. We'll be at the Stars Complex. Mm-hmm.
All right, so on Leap It Live, I always call this my office. This is where we get deals done. When people come on the show, leaders meet leaders. We just got a deal done.
Yes.
When they get off the air, they're going to sign, close that deal. They're going to walk off with their natural health. Just met new contacts. She's going to help her with that young generation. These two are going to bond under the hair, and we're going to get some success out of that. You guys are going to come back on the show in about 4 more months. Tell me about what's going on.
Okay.
Get some more updates. Keep on pushing. We
All
got
right.
it?
Yes.
That's a deal?
That's wonderful. That's a
Boom.
deal.
All under the natural
That's
hair,
a
my
deal.
friends. At the Black Expo, it's the only place you're going to get this. Right here. Shout out to D. Marshawn for getting us here at the Edison Mall. We'll be right back. Hello, Southwest Florida. Thanks for watching Lee Pitts Live. Of course, I'm Lee Pitts. I hope you enjoy that particular show. But you can always catch us here on YouTube. Just click on the subscribe button down there. That way you can get your Lee Pitts Live on demand when you want it and how you want it. We also encourage you to watch our show on Fox 4 and connect with us on all our social media platforms. Just type in Lee Pitts Live.